video. Alright, in this one we're going to handle and talk about money, consumer price index. Can I retire off $1 million today? Well, got some good news and some bad news. Let me give you the bad news first, okay? Bad news, it's $1 million. Good news, it's $1 million. It's 50-50, okay? I'm gonna let you decide. You can pretty much decide after we're done because you're gonna figure it out, okay? So, consumer price index basically is an index calculation, basically, that you can pretty much basically tell from year to year how much product prices went up in percentage points, which basically means that you're going to be able to tell the cost of living, right, on products and how cheap it was, or how expensive it is, etc., etc. Okay, so we're going to go right into it. I'm just going to show you very quickly a very simple calculation, right? So last year, you take the previous year, right? Take current year, so take current year's price. Oh, really quick. We're going to do it for gasoline. This is very simple, that way you can tell. So I saw in California, I'm in Las Vegas, but I saw in California when I was there, gas prices $4.59. I think the previous year somewhere in the range of $3.89-ish. I'm just going to use that from 2021. So $3.89, okay? So you take the current year's price and you divide it by the previous year's price of that product, okay? Which you basically get, right? Let's do it on screen so everyone can see. Don't want people to be confused, right? 4.59 divided by 3.89 equals 1.1799. 1.1799. Okay, you times that by 100, and you get, again, just keeping it simple, times 100, 117.99. Okay, 117.99. You minus 100 equals 17.99. Right, minus 100. And that's how much it went up percentage-wise from one year to another, right? The reason why I'm saying that is showing you this is, gentlemen, this is going to be a good way for you to figure out how you need to make money, how you need to either change your career, or either you need to figure out to do a side hustle and start making money online so that you can outlive the percentage of increase in just goods, in just regular goods, right? Because inflation is at 4% a year, minimum. And if you have $1 million, right, at 6% interest a year, that's $60,000 a year. You can live off of. Here's the problem, gentlemen, okay? In this article written last year by the Motley Fool, on Motley Fool, they were talking about basically when you take it out, because you're living longer, right, of $40,000 per year, right? So you need, what, from 57.5, you need more than $135,000 per year to enjoy retirement as comfortably as possible, according to Charles Schwab, at a rate of 1 million will last a decade, 10 years, right? And so here's the thing, if you go by that article of 40,000 a year, you're in deep doo-doo, okay, especially in California, especially where I was from when I moved from Newport Beach, right, Southern California, Southern Cali, right? Because if you just had an apartment, 2-bedroom apartments go anywhere from like $1,500 to $2,200 a month, a month, right? So that's anywhere from 18K to 26,400 a year just on rent. Now if you have a mortgage and it's in that range, that's how it's going to be too. Okay, so if you take away 26 from 40, you have 14,000 left to live off of. Food, right? Gas, like we talked about, right? Utilities, and the list goes on and on. So understanding this consumer price index calculation, gentlemen, is super important, because when you're dealing with $1 million, some people, have higher standards of living than others. Some people can live within their means and other people cannot. Okay? And so that's why I said yes and no. Good news, million. Bad news, million. It depends on you, right? But at $40,000 a year, I know for a fact, right, that the poverty line is supposed to be like 12,000. And then they moved it up to like 28,000, right? Considered poverty below, the standards. But if even at that, right? If you're spending your whole damn paycheck and you're at poverty level, and the rent is right here at 15 to 2,200, you're not. Listen, you can't live. You can't live. Okay, and so this is why it's so important to understand this simple calculation, because then you can decide for yourself, gentlemen, on how you want to live your life, what job you need to get, how much you need to make per hour, if you need to start a side hustle and start making, some money to where it becomes a full-time income, where let's say you're making 3,000 a month and you start doing something online and starts making, after 60, 90, 120, 180 days, you're at the same level as your income. Now you have 6,000 a month. Well, again, right? If your magic number is this, to retire, then you have to understand that you're going to be living somewhere in this range. If you're conservative. If you're like this person right here, where you want to live off 135,000 a year, they basically said it's only going to last 10 years, a decade. Now you're up the creek and you retire at 55 and you're 65 and you're broke. We're going to go work back at Walmart? That's a nightmare. You don't want that, gents. Okay? This calculation is super simple, but it will also help you figure out where you want to be in life, how much you need to make, what you want to make at retirement. This is how much $1 million is going to last. That should be the mark, minimum, right? And if some of you say, well, I can't do that, I only work, $8.75 an hour, this, that. Listen, you got to change your mindset. You have to shift your mindset. That is why I created Complete Man. Is that inside of the course, I teach you how to shift your mind, how to handle your personal credit, how to handle your personal finances, your health and your relationships. I'm going to teach you in the course all these incredible calculations and everything else about money. And you're going to view money differently, and you're going to use it differently, and you're going to make it work for you. But you've got to change your mindset. You have to shift it. And that's why my goal is to reach 1 million men this year, is because I really believe you were put on this earth to lead and live a life on your terms. And we've been lied to so much by our government, by politicians, the whole banking system, that it keeps you poor. And you can't stay poor forever. You have to change the way you think and the way you do things, gentlemen. And so that's why I started this channel. That's why I'm reaching out to men. I want you to really have the best life possible, level up, and affect everybody around you, but you've got to do it for yourself first. That's why I need your help. Subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell. My goal is to reach 1 million men. I don't care what age you are. I don't care where you're at financially. I don't care. You can change it around in such a short time, but you got to take the initiative and do it for yourself and nobody else. Not to get women, not to be with a beautiful woman, not to drive a Ferrari or a Bentley. Those things are byproducts. They're just byproducts. If you get your life in order, those things will just come and those options will be available to you. Some people will choose to drive those things. I don't. I drive a Tesla. I like it. It's smooth. It's fuel efficient. No gas. And I like it. But prior to that, I drove Mercedes-Benz my whole entire life. Why? Because they were just very dependable, smooth rides. That's all. It didn't make me better. I didn't consider myself better. They were just nice cars. And I could afford it. It's that simple because I had credit and all these other things in order. I understood money. And that's what I want to do for you, gentlemen. So, again, like, subscribe, share the video with as many men as possible. I really want to help men, as many men as possible, over 1 million men this year, level themselves up so they can live life on their terms. And I promise you this, once you're done with the course, you're going to have so much more knowledge, you're going to be so much more educated, but you will look at money differently, you will look at credit differently, and all the other things. So with that being said, I appreciate you, gentlemen. I hope this helps you a lot, and I will see you in the next vlog. Cheers.